Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. December is peak time for awkward parties. Awkward holiday parties to be specific. I can be so socially awkward at parties. It's so embarrassing, especially when I don't really know anybody. Like I don't know how to act. Yes, holiday parties can sometimes be fantastic and joyful occasions, but a lot of the times they can just be really awkward and uncomfortable, and your ex could be like standing across the room, and the friend that you haven't spoken to in like 8 months is like sitting right next to you at this holiday dinner, or your family members that like have really questionable opinions or like coming at you, and you're just sitting there and you're like, oh my God, what is happening? So all of that is kind of out of our personal control. But one thing that is in our control, the way we look. Now, this may sound vain, but honestly, it's just kind of the truth. When I feel confident in the way that I look, if I love my makeup, if I'm having a good hair day, if I'm wearing a cute outfit, I will feel way more confident. When I feel more confident, I feel like I'm able to exude more confidence. And those social gatherings are slightly less painful when I'm feeling like good. I've done a couple videos like this in the past where I show you guys different types of looks that I like to do when I want to feel as confident as I can possibly feel, because makeup is powerful. I think everybody knows that. So during these kind of awkward holiday parties, why not just try to make yourself feel as confident as you can possibly feel to make it a little bit less awkward, and so that you can feel as confident as you can possibly feel when you enter the room. So that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to be going through an entire holiday look. Let me know in the comments any crazy holiday party stories that you have, because I really want to know. And let me know any of your other thoughts. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. A portion of today's video is also very kindly sponsored by Majuri. I'm going to be wearing some of their pieces today to really pull my look together. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm actually going to start off first with a face mask. I do often like to do face masks before any type of like big events or parties, just to kind of treat myself for really no other reason other than that. And also it does oftentimes just help my makeup go on a lot nicer. And when you're trying to feel as best as you could possibly feel, a face mask never hurts. So for today, I'm actually gonna be trying something out for the first time. I would highly recommend not doing that, especially before like some type of big event, because you just never know how your skin will react, but it's fine. I'm willing to take the risk for you guys. So I'm gonna try out this Caudalie Vinyl Pure Purify mask. So this is a clay mask that's supposed to just kind of get rid of all of the gunk in your pores and just clean everything out. So I'm going to put this not all over my face, but just on the areas of my face where I do have a little bit more congestion. Hopefully this doesn't like completely dry out my skin though. That's my only concern. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of this and I'm gonna put it on my chin. Smells so good. On my cheek and nose, my upper lip, and that's kind of it, because the clay mask does pull things out of your skin. So especially if you do have dry skin, clay mask can be a little bit drying. So even though it's good to use even if you do have dry skin, I don't want to overdo it unnecessarily on areas that I just kind of don't need it. And this mask is nice because it does say that you only need it to last about 5 to 10 minutes, so it's quick. So while I let this mask do its thing, I'm just gonna take this time to put on my jewelry. Just like makeup, I do feel like jewelry can be really transformative. When I put on a pair of really good gold hoops, it makes me feel like 10 times better about my look. It kind of just has this ability to take your look to a whole nother level and elevate it. And especially during the holiday season, it's so nice just to kind of get all nice and sparkly and put on some beautiful pieces. So I'm gonna be putting on my current favorite hoops from Majuri. I cannot get enough of these. I've been wearing them almost every single day. I love a basic gold hoop, but what I really love about these is that they're a little bit different. These are called the metallic sphere hoops, and they kind of just take your gold hoop to the next level because they have these really cute little balls basically all around it, which just adds that really perfect detail. And they are really the perfect size for a hoop. They're not too big, they're not too small, they're really nice and classy, but they still make such a cute little statement. So I'm gonna put these guys in my ears. I also never forget my rings. So I'm wearing these two guys also from Majuri. I have one that's a little bit like sparklier, a little bit fancier. This is the Croissant Dome with Pavé diamonds. Whenever I wear this ring, the amount of times that I literally stop to stare at the diamonds in this and I just like stare at the sparkle so many times a day. And then a simpler ring stacked on top. This is the Slim Signette. And this is such a great staple to have, especially to use to stack. This has been my go-to combo. You could obviously wear them separately as well, and they look really beautiful like that too, but I just love them together. So we are decked out, ready to go. So the mask is now dry. I can definitely see that it did pull up some gunk in my pores. It just looks like little dots all over the mask. It's very interesting. I'm gonna wash it off though, because it literally feels like my face is gonna fall off. It's so tight. I'm gonna moisturize, and then let's finally start to apply the makeup. My skin actually feels very clean right now. That's the best way to describe it. It feels like something happened. Like things were actually removed from it. I actually do like the way it felt. I was a little bit nervous because it did feel so dry while it was on my face, but after applying my moisturizer, feels great. So now that I'm moisturized, I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. Now I'm actually going to apply a very light coverage foundation. I'm going to be using my MAC Face and Body. For events, I kind of go one of two directions. I like to go either completely full coverage, or I'll go very light coverage, and then I'll just kind of compensate with a bit of concealer, because sometimes I do actually feel a little bit more confident when my skin is less covered, or when I feel like I have less foundation on. It's really just a personal thing, so do whatever you feel makes you feel the most confident. That's really what this look is all about. So if you love a completely full coverage look, go for it. For me today, I'm just feeling a low coverage vibe, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use my MAC Face and Body, and I'm using the shade N3. So I'm just gonna shake it up and put some on the back of my hand. And to apply, I'm just gonna use my Sigma F80 Flat Kabuki. The reason why I'm using a brush, especially with a product like this, is because it is so lightweight and so low coverage that it actually kind of boosts the coverage a little bit. So you do get the most out of it as far as coverage goes when you do use a brush. Rather than using a sponge, it's really just going to give you the lightest possible coverage, and a brush is gonna give you the most possible coverage out of the product, which is why I like to use it this way. So I'm just gonna put a really light layer all over my face. Like I said, I'm kind of going to compensate a bit with more of like a full coverage concealer. So I'm not really worrying too much about completely blanking out my skin. That also isn't really what I'm going for this look. Oh, and I still had a little bit of that face mask on my face. That is classic Jamie. So a very light layer of face and body has been applied. Now I'm gonna go in with a full coverage concealer. So I'm gonna be using my Clinique Even Better. This is like my current favorite right now. So I really like this because it is full coverage, but it also has a really nice soft matte finish. So it gives the skin a beautiful, flawless look. So even though I do have very light coverage on my face, wherever I apply this, this is gonna kind of airbrush my skin a little bit and give me that look of something a little bit more full coverage, even though the majority of my face has that very light coverage skin tint. So I'm gonna apply this on a couple areas of my face, mainly underneath my eyes. I'm applying a little bit more than normal. I'm also putting some on my chin and on any other areas of my face where I just want a little bit extra coverage. And I'm using the shade Stone, which is close to my actual skin tone, so it's going to blend in nicely with my face. So I kind of just concentrated this more so just like in the center of my face. I'm gonna use my same foundation brush and just blend that out. And so right now I'm wearing very little base product. I'm just wearing a very light layer of the skin tint and then some concealer just on a couple areas of my face, but I still feel like I actually have some pretty flawless coverage because of this technique. Now, of course, I am going to set my makeup because I do want to lock everything in to make sure that it all lasts really nicely. So I am going to use my Kosas Cloud Set. What else is new? Do I even need to say that at this point? I'm going to use a very fluffy brush to apply this. This is my Smith 104. And I'm using a fluffy brush because I really don't want to over apply the powder, and a fluffy brush is gonna help me do that because it's not packing it on. See, I feel really, really confident with this base because I still feel like my skin looks like skin, but all of the pigment that I want to be covered is covered. Beautiful. For my bronzer today, I'm gonna be throwing it back old school a little bit, and I'm gonna be using my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Radiant Bronze Light. This is one of my favorite glowy bronzers. I really want like a very fresh, glowy look to my skin. I don't want it to look overly matte or anything. I'm just gonna put this on all the typical areas that I would bronze, on my cheekbones, on my temples, forehead, just to add some color to my face, because it really gives that gorgeous sheen to the face without it being like shimmery or sparkly. I mean, look at the difference between this side and this side. Huge difference. So I am gonna be wearing a red lip today, and blush can always be a little bit tricky when it comes to a red lip because you don't want it to clash. And I often like to use more neutrally brown blushes when I am going for a red lip, basically just so I'm ensured that everything's gonna look cohesive and nice, and I'm not gonna have like competing colors going on my face. So today I'm actually gonna be using this Kosas cream blush. This is Tropic Equinox. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna be using this shade over here. This obviously does look like a bronzer and you could totally use it as a bronzer, but I'm gonna be using it as a blush today. I find it does a really nice job of just warming up the cheeks in a very subtle way without being too heavy on the color. So I am gonna apply it with a synthetic brush, and I'm gonna pick up the bronzy shade and just layer that right on my cheekbone. It's definitely just gonna make me look really nice and sun-kissed, but it's still gonna add some color to my cheeks. But obviously nothing too over the top where it's gonna clash with anything. I'm definitely not gonna skip highlighter today. I don't know why, but specifically with red lips, I do like very, very glowy skin, and so I do not wanna skip on the highlighter. So I'm gonna be using this highlighter from Dior. I believe this is like kind of new. It's the Dior Forever Intense Highlighting Powder in Pink Glow. And they have a couple different shades, but I'm specifically using the Pink Glow because I do want to add a little bit of pink to my cheeks. I don't want my cheeks to look too like flat and just bronzy. I want there to be a little bit of color, so I feel like adding a little bit of that pink glow is a really nice way to do it, but very subtly. I'm going to be using my Smith 103 brush. I'm just going to grab some of it and sweep this right on top of the cheekbone. This is a really beautiful powder highlighter. I feel like I'm getting back into powder highlighter recently. There's two now that I've discovered that I really love that are just as good to me as cream highlighters, and it's this guy and also the M Cosmetics Sunscape highlighter in the shade Clarity. I'm obsessed with this, and it's been a while since I've been this into powder highlighters because I've just been preferring creams because I feel like they just give more of a natural look, but these powders give me that same natural look, but still with that nice intensity that I like. So we're glowing. The brows, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm just gonna use this Huda Beauty Balm Brows Full and Fluffy Brow Gel. Very similar to like the M Cosmetics Brow Cream or the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist. It's just a brow gel that fills in the brows at the same time. I'm just trying to expand my brow products a bit so that I don't always use the same thing. And I do like this. It's not my favorite of like those three similar products, but it's not bad. I do feel like it gives me a nice bold brow, and I really would like a bold brow for this look because again, for a red lip, I just feel like a bold brow is really nice. I think for me, I've realized that when my makeup is more on the simple side, simple, but with that touch of glam, that's when I personally feel the most confident. A winged eyeliner for me is really my pièce de résistance. In my eyes, that's what takes my makeup looks to the next level, and that's what makes me feel my best. And so I just encourage you guys to figure out what that is for you, whether that's like a bold brow or a bright lip or a nude lip or a winged eyeliner or really full lashes, whatever it is that really makes you feel amazing. Hone in on that. Really do it on those days that you just want to feel your extra best. So for my eyes, I want to do something really nice and simple, but I also want it to have a nice pop. And for me, shimmer does that perfectly because it's not too loud, but it still adds that nice little sparkle to your eye. I have been loving these guys from Iconic London. They are the Glazed Crayons, and they're essentially like dual-ended products. So on one end you have a crayon, so it's a cream eyeshadow, and then on the other end you have a liquid version of the same color or of a similar color that's supposed to complement the crayon. And so they have a bunch of different shades, and I really wanted to use one of these today. This guy I think I've used before in a video. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm making that up. I'm not sure, but it is one of my favorites. It is called Champagne, and it's just like a really light champagne color, but I don't want to use that today because I feel like I've used it before on my channel, and I want to use something that's has a little bit something to it, and so I'm gonna use this guy. This is the shade Nectar, and it's a beautiful peachy pink color, and I feel like this will be beautiful paired with the red lip because it'll kind of complement it. It's not gonna clash with it, hopefully, but it's still gonna add just a little bit of color to the eyes, which is nice. For my eye makeup, when I wanna feel confident, I do like to keep things fairly simple. That's what makes me feel really good. I do like to do a couple different things, which I'll show you after I apply this to take it to the next level, but simplicity is definitely like the main thing for me. So I'm gonna go in first with the cream crayon, and I'm just gonna draw this all over my lid. And I'm just taking a brush and I'm just blending the edge just so it's not looking too crazy. And you could totally leave it at that, but I am going to go in with the liquid side, which is what's going to take it to the next level. And it's gonna add some really gorgeous shimmer. And I'm just gonna swipe that all over my lid. Up to my crease, but not surpassing my crease. You see how that just adds the most gorgeous, like metallic, shimmery effect? And that's what we're looking for. So like I said, one of the things that makes me feel super confident are wings. And so I'm going to make a wing on my upper lash line. I'm gonna use one of my favorite liquid eyeliners. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Matte Liquid Liner in Super Black. And I'm just gonna create a full wing from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner. I'm gonna try to make it thin, and I'm not gonna be able to speak while I do this because I'm gonna have to concentrate. So talk to you on the other side. Okay, so eyeliner has been applied. Is it totally even? No, but it's fine. So there's one more thing that I like to do for my eyes that kind of gives me this like little extra sense of confidence, and that's actually lining my inner rim of my lash line. I did this for the first time in a very long time last weekend, and I was like, whoa, who is this person? I just really like the way that it looks. I feel like it kind of gives the eyes like a sexier vibe. So I'm going to apply kind of like a sparkly brown to my waterline. I feel like the brown is a little bit softer than black, and the sparkles also kind of make your eyes sparkle too a little bit, which is really pretty. So I'm gonna use this eyeliner from Dior. This is the Sparkling Brown Dior Show 24 Hour Stilo Intense Waterproof Eyeliner, and it's literally that. It's sparkly brown. I like this because it's not super intense. It does apply it really softly. Then I'm also gonna drag it a little bit on my actual skin underneath my lower lash line. I'm gonna take just a little bit of a brown shadow. I'm just gonna grab this guy from this Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette in dark. I'm just gonna take this color right here just because it's right next to me. Literally use any brown shadow that you have. And I'm gonna use a small little blending brush. This is my Sigma E27. And I'm just gonna smoke out that eyeliner a little bit just so it's not harsh. And it's just going to soften it a bit. And it will add a little bit of smokiness too, which is nice. If you don't want smokiness to your look, then skip this step, but I don't know. I've been enjoying the smokiness lately. Okay, now I'm gonna finish off the eyes with my mascara. I'm just gonna use my Benefit Roller Lash and put this on my top and bottom lashes. So for the red lip, I'm not sure if I wanna do something brighter or deeper, and so we're gonna have to decide this together. Regardless though, I'm going to line my lips first with my MAC Brick lip liner. Now I have two lip options here. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Red Wishes, which is a little bit of a brighter red. And then I have a deeper red from Dior. This is the Rouge Dior in 858 Red Pansy. And it's kind of more of like a burgundy color. I'm almost feeling this one. So the best way to see if your lip is gonna go with your look is just to kind of hold it up in front of your lips if you don't wanna put it on to try it out. And you could kind of get an idea of if things jive together. Like this, I feel like does work. I actually don't think the brighter red works. So let's put on the Dior. Well, it's like a beautiful, true holiday red. Makeup is done. There's something about like the red lip paired with the gold earrings, paired with the sparkly eyes that just gives me such intense holiday vibes. I love it so much. Let's actually work on the hair. I'll just touch it up a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with my Orbe Super Shine Moisturizing Cream, and I'm gonna put a pretty generous amount of this stuff all throughout my hair and really concentrate it also at the very top over here, especially because we're slicking the hair back behind the ear. I want this part to look really nice and smooth. And to make sure that it's extra smooth, I'm gonna use my boar bristle brush. This one is from Quo. I just got it at the drugstore, and I'm gonna take my hairspray. This is my IGK 1-900 Hold Me. Spray the brush, and then use that to really just lay down and smooth out this front piece over here. And this is really going to smooth things out and make it look a little bit more polished. And I'm also going to do that kind of at the top of my head. Just smooth down any flyaways and just, again, make things look polished. And that is the finished hair and makeup look. Hi, okay, I'm on my phone now because it's just easier to show you guys my outfit this way. So this is not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and it definitely does depend what type of holiday party you're going to, and you can kind of adjust accordingly, because I am just kind of wearing a bra under this. You could totally wear like a tank top, a t-shirt, even like a turtleneck for something very, very chic, but I love the look of like just the bra with the blazer. I think it's very cute, so take it for what you will, but this is something that I would love to wear and something that I would feel very confident in. So this is the outfit. It's kind of like a power suit from Zara, and I love it. I love that the blazer is very oversized, and I love that the pants are very, very tight and fitted. And here's what they look like from the side. They kind of have this nice little slit, which I find it looks really beautiful with a pair of heels. So here's, again, the little overview. An all black outfit, you can also never go wrong. And then here is what the makeup looks like with the outfit. And especially with an all black outfit, the red lip and the gold hoops are very, very well needed.